What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking back in on a game called Drill Core because they've been patching like wild. This is one of those early access games that's very, very good. It's very entertaining. It's a game about digging down to the core of the planet and then blowing it up with a giant nuclear weapon so that you can fix the ozone layer and people can now live on top of it. Unfortunately, there are Starship Troopers-style bugs all over the place on all of these planets, and so you've got to work your way through biomes while collecting all kinds of resources so that you can upgrade your corporation and make them more effective going further on into the game. The reason why we're covering it is because it's been a solid year and a half since the last time I played the game, so I spent all day yesterday playing around with the title. Recording it right now because they added a new race to the game. You can actually play as dwarves now if you want to. They've been out for a little bit, but I found that the dwarves were kind of clunky and not very fun to play, so I sort of sat on it for a few months, like 4 or 5 months, and I'm hoping that today they'll be all fixed up. But if not, we'll get to it because this is my first impressions of the current Drill Core build. If after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, I got a link for you down below in the description. You can check out the game there, but let's go ahead and start it on off. So in this game, we've got to decide what planet we want to go compete on. I would suggest we do Winterhold, maybe? I don't know. Doesn't really matter too much to me. My core durability is down by 400. I don't have the third biome unlocked because I can't win on the third difficulty as of right now with the humans. And so let's pick our dwarf platform real fast. I have done nothing with the dwarf platform because I played them like twice 4 or 5 months ago, and I found that I really did not like the dwarves, which sucks because anybody that's been on this channel for a while will know that I'm like an avid dwarf player in every single game ever, and if I can't get dwarves, then I play orcs. Those are my two decisions. I guess we can go on Core Master difficulty and just kind of see how it works out. As of right now, there's 2 planets. There's a desert planet and an ice planet. Every single time you decide to do a new run, it's going to give you random modifiers on that run because you're a corporation that's taking contracts for colonists in order to fix their planet. So on this one, we got to put a nuke in the core to warm it up so that it becomes inhabitable. Let me get my qualification real fast and we'll start the contract. Yeah, there's a good-looking batch of dwarves right there, man. They're looking like they're about ready for war. They look like they're ready to throw down, but that is the natural state of all things bearded in space. There's our platform landing on the planet, and so let's get to it. There's not a whole lot for us to do right now, except dig down. This game has a number of UI elements that I will now explain to you. I've covered the game before, but I find it's always best to explain what's going on, otherwise people kind of tune out once I get moving, not explaining what I'm doing. So this bar right here, that's our core's HP. We get attacked by bugs every single night. If this core dies, we lose the game, but we do still get like metagame currency and stuff like that. These are our buildable resources. They allow us to make buildings so that we can do things like get more workers, buy new weapons, buy new upgrades, all that kind of stuff. And then right here, these are our metagame currencies that we've picked up, and this is our pop cap. Now, the game is divided into 2 phases. We've got day and we've got night. During the day, we dig down underneath the soil. There's all kinds of blocks that we're going to be contending with. And then at night, we defend ourselves. All right, boys, start mining. I want you to go all the way down to the bottom. And while you guys are doing that, I'm going to go ahead and get some buildings up and running. So I feel like it's a really good idea at this phase of the game for us to get a barracks because this mission parameter gave us extra population, which is nice because the dwarves, they use 2 population every single time they build a character. I don't know if that's entirely balanced. I mentioned that I didn't enjoy playing the dwarves the last time I played the game, and I'll explain to you why. So dwarves, everything that they do costs, well, all of their recruitment anyways, costs twice as much as humans. However, their miners and their gatherers don't seem to be as good as humans, but their warriors are super good. And so that's kind of like my thing. With the dwarves, they set blast charges like you're seeing right here, so it's going to take them a little while to get down to the bottom. Let's go ahead and get ourselves another miner real fast because we really want to make some solid headway today before the night arrives. Like, we really kind of need to get things done. And we only have the 1 miner at the moment, so hopefully the second one will come down, get his job done. I'm going to speed up the game ever so slightly. It does look like they are detonating their little hearts out. And I find the best way to deal with these guys, actually, blow that up right there. Yep. That right there is a monster block, so on the ice planet, every biome in this game kind of performs differently than every other biome. When you're playing as the dwarves, you have to blast from the side, and they do a little AoE, But every planet and biome has a different way of attacking you. So in the case of this planet, everything is going to have some kind of ice theme, which means that the monsters underneath, they're frozen in blocks of ice, and if you leave them exposed to the vacuum for too long, the ice melts, and then they come out and attack you. Now, they're usually really, really easy to avoid, but when they do hatch, they tend to be a lot stronger than the other monsters. Let's go ahead and blast out a shaft over here and just kind of see what happens. You guys get moving. We've got a nice amount of iron coming on in, but we do need to find some red before too long. So you guys detonate away, get things done. If you can, blow that up right there too, because there's a resource inside of it. I need you guys to super prioritize this right here. Kill him off before he hatches, please. And then you right here also kill him off before he hatches. That would also be good. It looks like the dwarf controls have gotten a little bit better since the last time I played the game. That's nice. This little building right here that I built, it produces iron. So the last time I played dwarves, you couldn't really like click and drop effectively. You had to basically click on the edges to destroy the thing you wanted adjacent to it because they do an AoE, and then I found it to be really, really over-clicky and micromanagey, but it actually seems to be working okay right now. So I'm glad I decided to check back in on this. Why do I have miners just sitting around doing nothing? All right, you guys go down like so, as far as you possibly can. Just keep blasting and getting it done. We've got 11 iron right now. That's good because I'm going to get 2 more of them and a gatherer, I think. Yeah, I got to spend some resources, otherwise this is not going to work out for me. Now, nighttime is here. Nighttime has changed since the last time we played the game. So there's this thing underground that's called like the terraform or whatever. In the old days, you could kind of stay down in the mine and just avoid him and dodge all of his hits if you were really, really good at micromanaging. And that meant you could mine all night. But now he's got like a vague heat-seeking thing that he does where he follows your units around. Makes him very, very difficult to dodge. So I'm sure there are people out there that are more talented than me, but I'm going to evacuate, and now bugs are going to be headed on into our domicile. To get rid of them, we need to start making turrets. So it looks like we've been given access to rockets, and it looks like we've been given access to the mortar. Okay, let's go with 2 packs of rockets for right now, because I think that explosives tend to have like really good stacking capability. Yeah, when you're playing as the humans, they start out with all kinds of Vulcan cannons and things like that. They start out with other weapons that are a little bit more machine gunny and like brrrr. They like to do that whole routine. It looks like we did okay on the first night, so I'm happy with that. Hopefully my gatherers can bring some stuff in. The little green canisters that you see them carrying, those are technologies. And this game being a roguelite, this game, the synergies are really, really important. You kind of want to find stuff that allows you to create a build that lets you bat above your weight class. For right now, it looks like we've got a rocket launcher, and it looks like we've got a synergy turret. I'll probably go with a synergy turret, I guess. That seems okay to me. We don't start out with actually vertical defenses, so human beings start out with things you can put on these platforms right here that fire upwards just indiscriminately that wipe out a whole bunch of bugs. We unfortunately don't get access to that as dwarves at level 1, so this is basically like fresh account status. We'll work on it. There's another technology. We can get a minigun turret. That would probably be helpful. We can also get laser watchtowers, which I'm not like a massive fan of, but one of the big changes they've made in this current build of the game is that every single time you get a technology unlock, sometimes it has stars on it. You see how the minigun has a star on it? That's a Diablo-style mod, basically an affix that makes this thing randomly better. So this right here is a minigun, and it's got a 10% shooting speed increase. If it had 2 or 3 stars, it would have extra things underneath it too. So I'm going to take the upgrade right there. You guys prioritize this right here. Yeah, you got to get rid of those. You got to get rid of those dudes. They've got to go. The Guardian laser might be helpful. The drone carrier might also be helpful. Turret booster would be nice. Let's take the drone carrier, though, because it sends drones down into the dungeon to pick up all of our resources, thus saving us time as far as our collectors go. And I think that'll probably be helpful. That right there was a new type of block that you're going to see in this game. It's called a repulsor block, or I don't actually know what the official name is, but that's what I call it. I call it a repulsor block. When you hit it, it reflects the damage it just took to every single block around it. Let's go up from here. Oh, we're all out of resource, or we're all out of Q, never mind. You guys just keep blasting, all right? Whatever you find is fine by me, just find something. Find something and make it useful. Right here, go ahead and prioritize that. Blow him up, please. Good job. And it looks like we can go maybe left from there. I need them to bring in that red. As long as they get all of this red, I can actually prioritize the red too, so that we can build a whole bunch of turrets today. That's what I would prefer to do, is to make sure that our entire starting defensive grid is looking pretty spicy and sexy. You guys can dig up that way as well. Do your thing. I could probably use a few more miners. I wouldn't be against it, but our pop cap is actually full right now. So with like 4 of these guys, don't mind. It says 8, but that's because each of these costs 2 pop cap, unfortunately. If you guys can blast your way out of the depths before we go anywhere else, that'd be good. Looks like we got some meta currency laying around. Oh, we've got a 2-mod machine gun turret. Okay. I'll take it. It looks like maybe we're doing a machine gun run right now. What are the machine guns going to cost me? Do I want the miniguns or the machine guns? I'll take the machine guns, I guess. Machine guns sound good, and if you guys can bring absolutely anything back with you, that would be fab-tabulous. Go ahead and mine that out, and then we'll start a new shaft over here. And we'll just kind of see what happens with our queue. Everybody out of the dungeon, by the way. The terraform has arrived. Rockets are firing, bugs are dying, there's flecks of green gore in every dwarf's beard. What a day to be alive. If you're wondering what these slots are in the bottom left and the right, you also have triggerable sort of hotkey abilities that you can trigger during the daytime and the nighttime in order to help your mining along. It looks like we were actually abundantly successful right there. Good. Everybody go grab some loot. Hopefully I'll bring it back here today. And we got a little bit of iron right there. They're popping all kinds of stuff over on this side, but I don't think they're gonna need to go any further right there. Yeah, stop that off. You don't need to do that job. Instead, start off right here, and then if I had the queue, I would have this reconnect up here so that we get a little bit of view on what it is that we're gathering. A suggestion that I have for the developers is there's no reason why dwarf carriers should cost 2 when human carriers cost 1, because they both carry 1 resource. You should 100% make it so that dwarf carriers can carry 2 resources back to the base at a time. It's only fair. So with this technology, I don't really want any of these, so I'm going to re-roll them and see what we get. We can get 3 free workers. That's not too bad. Interval between terrabore, 25%, watchtower range. I'll take the free population cap because I'd like to get another dwarf warrior down here just in case we accidentally end up with any aggro or anything. If you can get this guy right here, that'd be good. And then you guys aren't doing a damn thing right now. Come down this way. There you go. Get this whole thing cleared out for me, would you? I need you guys to prioritize this block right here. Yeah, get rid of the... Oh, there's 2 of them, huh? That's not ideal. It's not great. Go ahead and blast him out, too, before he becomes a problem. We've already... Yeah, we've got a dwarf with a rocket launcher. So the normal humans have, like, a little machine gun. So their warriors are not very good at fighting, but dwarf warriors are really good at fighting in this game. They throw down hard. That's a collapse block right there, so we'll have to watch out for that. If that actually drops a block on top of a worker's head, they just die. That's it. They just get blood-sploded. And I prefer to keep my dwarves delightfully blood-sploded if I can help it. Night is upon us, so let's send everybody back up to the surface. I don't know how this wave is going to go. We've got to find another coal before we can dive down deeper, but it's laying on the ground right there. So the game does get harder day by day. There's like achievements to make it like to a day 150 without leaving. I haven't done them yet, but they do exist. Give me over here. Let's get a laboratory going. And then let's get another barracks going, I think. No, let's get a drone carrier. That'd be nice. And then let's get another dwarf barracks right there. That works out fantastically well for me. I'm actually really, really happy with that decision. And then maybe we'll take... I'm going to hold on to my iron. I was thinking about going for a second laboratory so that we could get to the second tier of upgrades for our dwarves nice and early. But let's make the miners mine faster. I find that mining efficiency helps a lot in this game. The rockets don't really seem to be affecting these guys that much. Hopefully the machine guns do a little bit better. Machine guns are hitting a little bit harder with that extra damage boost that they have, so we might be okay here, or we might take some core damage. I would prefer not to take core damage this early, but it's like my first time playing the dwarves in 6 months, so if we do end up taking core damage, I'm not really going to cry about it. We have 2 population cap open. I'm going to spend that on nothing because I don't have enough iron. I'm going to spend it on a big old batch of nothing and disappointment. You're going to want to send some miners down here to deal with this situation. before too long because, yeah, that guy's going to melt, and when he gets out, it's going to be a problem. Thank you, warriors. We appreciate you. Make sure you salute your Dwarvish armed forces. You know, they make sacrifices so that the rest of us can feel safe and bearded. Continue mining, boys. Oh, the day is 50% longer. Hell yeah, that's pretty sick. Okay, you guys go back right there. I also want all that to be mined out. Get what you can before the end of the day. You cancel that order because that was about to fall on you. It's a good thing I caught that, otherwise you would have died. That would have been a dead dwarf on my roster, and I would have had to cry myself to sleep. We're done mining here, so it's time for us to leave. We've got a technology coming in. I will take I guess I'll take an upgraded rocket launcher, I suppose. I don't really want the upgraded rocket launcher, but I'll take it. And then our second one, machine gun type turret recharge speed is 10%. Let's take it because we've got machine guns everywhere. We're going to dig down on this turn, and I'm just going to call everybody back to start the next wave because I don't think there's any... Oh, no, there's a technology! Cancel! Cancel! Oh, we missed a technology. It's unfortunate. I'm a little bit bummed out with myself right now. Well, what are you going to do? Bring it on, bugs. I'm in a bad mood because I screwed up and I'm stupid, and I'm ready to take it out on something not me. You know that feeling when you bang your head on a cabinet in the kitchen and then you punch the cabinet? That's where the dwarves are at right now. Pure, obsessive need for violence. Are you guys going to kill those right there? I need you guys to kill those right there. My rocket launchers are shooting at them from the ground level. But whether or not it'll work out for us remains to be seen. We're definitely going to need some further defenses by the end of the next night, so hopefully we have a very, very profitable day of mining after this one. But the core is going to dig down. We've got to get down to the 3rd level in order to win the game, air quotes. So we'll see if we make it. You guys, start with the digging. Go for it. Give me another miner, too. I want another miner. Hopefully we pull out enough iron today to make this whole thing work. Well, I got bad news for you. Unfortunately, this is a complex dungeon that does not have an easy path downwards. So, oh, we've got frozen dwarves, too. That's fun. Okay, see if you can blow up that block. Hopefully it doesn't become too much of a headache. That right there is a freezy block. It shoots in a direction, and anybody gets hit by it gets frozen in a block of ice. If they're more than one tile off the ground, they fall. And then when they fall, they die instantly. So it can be a little bit of a headache. It's been a half a day, and we've pulled in 0 resources. Not great. Not great at all, but we do have a little bit of iron coming in right there, a little bit of iron right there. I'll definitely take it. You guys mine that direction and mine that direction. Let's just see what we can find. I am going to send out my gatherer drones real fast. Cancel that. You want to blow him up, please, before he hatches. You could double-click on a spot in order to prioritize its destruction, in case you were wondering how that works. That's a freezy block, but it's not facing the right direction. That's okay. I just need a little bit more iron to make it out of here. And then I think we'll be okay. 6 iron might do it. I don't know. Prioritize that block before it hatches. Warriors are fighting. Dwarf warriors, significantly sturdier than human warriors. Okay, so with our new mine shaft up here, we've got to decide what we want to do with it. I'll probably go minigun, I guess. That's all that I can afford for right now. The minigun just kind of fires indiscriminately, which doesn't sound like it'll be that helpful, but it firing indiscriminately tends to shred the armor off of things and do a whole bunch of damage. You see those blue bars right there? That means the enemy has armor, which means they're going to be really hard to murder. And so anything that shreds off blue bar rapidly is going to be okay for us on this current biome. We don't have... That one's going to get through. Yeah, we do have some problems in front of us right now. We're definitely going to want to expand the defensive grid. Unfortunately, our unprofitable day of mining is costing us right now. I was hoping we would pick up like 11 or 12 iron on our way down to the bottom, but nope. We had lots and lots of stopgaps in the way, lots of little geographical headaches that we've got to deal with. Send out the gatherer drones, have them grab everything they possibly can, send that down so hopefully we can reconnect this shaft over here. I would also suggest, before this collapses on us, getting rid of it if you could, because that's going to drop gravel down to the ground, and so we need to murder it. There we go, perfect. The one on the ground level doesn't really matter that much. We shouldn't have to like concern ourselves with it. But is that prioritized right there? I was going to say that needs to be Oh, I lost a miner. unfortunate at a time where I really can't afford the iron expenditure to replace them either. There is a new turret thing that you have called a reincorporator that will resurrect your guys whenever they die. It's super helpful. I highly recommend taking it with the dwarves because they are very, very expensive to replace, but we don't have the reincorporator yet, so we can't throw our dwarves inside of a back-the-tank to make them feel better and fix all of their tummy boo-boos and whatnot. And we do have a little bit of iron right there ready to go. Today looks like it was quite a bit more profitable than yesterday. Send the drones down to help out the gatherers with whatever they can. Did the drones go out? I didn't see. There he is. Okay, so the drone grabbed a metagame resource. That's not too bad. You guys keep going like so, I guess, tomorrow. And just get what you can before we run out of things to do here. I don't think we're going to make another hauling cycle, unfortunately. Prioritize right there. Okay, everybody out. And now we have enough resources to actually beef up this area. So let's get that. And then we'll get one of these, maybe. That'll help. Synergy turret should help out with this guy's long reload time, and so it should make him quite a bit more effective. Normally he has to take like a 10-second break before he can burst fire again, but that should cut it down to like 5 seconds so that he actually starts to bat a little bit outside of his league. This guy is just cruising right now. He doesn't care at all. He has taken 0 damage on his way down to the bottom of my shaft, giggity. And unfortunately, I need him to take all the damage in the world and also probably die. That would also be my favorite outcome. Dwarves keep firing. Right side of the shaft, definitely having some struggles right now. Yeah, prioritize those guys right there. You could tell your turrets who to prioritize. Unfortunately, I didn't get around to it. You guys prioritize him. All shooters on the ground, get him. We're going to need to get some more defenses, but I think we only have 2 turrets on that right-hand side. Warming will begin soon. Tomorrow, underground monsters thaw faster than usual. Oh, that's fun. But on top of that, this is also a new feature. Every single day, you get a series of day and night modifiers that make the game easier or harder. Some of them can be awesome, like you just get to mine throughout the night without any threats. Some of them can be a real pain in the ass, like you can't pick up resources for 24 hours. Just kind of depends what you get, but it does add a nice little bit of flavor, I guess, to the overall playthrough. You guys go that way, cancel that, and then blow him up. But do it from the vertical. Yeah, like the faster you get over there, because I'm worried my gatherers are going to get grabbed. Yep, you guys prioritize right there. I'm worried my gatherers are going to be going down to grab all this stuff, and they're going to get frozen and fall to the ground and break like little shattering ice statues. I don't need that kind of gore and viscera on my conscience. I don't need that kind of dwarf-related PTSD, all right? One of my biggest things that I wish that they would add dwarves, like they need to do like a pre-era, like, so I love dwarves, right? But one of my favorite games, The Elder Scrolls, never has dwarves. They're like a gone society. They need to do a dwarf like expansion or a dwarf game where you get to like be a dwarf. Like it needs to be in the before times, before like all the dwarves went extinct. Let's go this way, I guess, and see what we find. Drones, grab what you can before morning gets here, or before nighttime gets here. We're sitting pretty on, definitely prioritize blowing him up if you can. He might break out. Laser turret might be nice. Mine turret might also be nice. Let's re-roll it and just see what we get. We got a 2-star radar, which allows us to see it lets us see everything in this area. That's a resource that we can pick up so that we can focus on digging more effectively. That would be nice. I could see that being good. For this one, I'll probably take a worker booster, maybe? I do like the machine gun, too, and it's a lot cheaper to build with the current thing that we've got going on, so maybe I'll grab that. Can I send out drones to go grab stuff real fast? I need to swap this to producing red. That's what I really need. Everybody out. Unfortunately, these little guys only grab the metagame currency, and I don't have the resources to build any turrets because I need red. So unfortunately, that's just what we've got to live with. Anything that tries to snake its way through, oh, they've got the little sniper bugs now. That's fun. So now there's bugs that sit at the top of the shaft, and they shoot at you, so that they basically bypass all of your lower defenses, especially if you have a very strong lower defensive grid but not a very strong upper defensive grid. That can be a bit of a headache. You guys prioritize them. Yep. All of them need to die before they get here. We're going to take a little bit of a scuffing, but sometimes technology capsules will allow you... Yeah, get him. Sometimes technology capsules will allow you to repair your core, and so we're still in okay shape, even though the meter's not looking very well. The minus 400 to our HP is a little bit of a bummer, because we'd be at 3,200 right now if we had that, which would be definitely preferable to where we're at. Don't let them get a shot off, but tomorrow we need loads and loads and loads of resources. Otherwise, this is not going to work out. I am going to build myself a machine gun, because it's dirt nasty cheap. I'm going to build another section of platform, and then from there, I just need red. So does a factory cost me red right now? Because if I can make it accelerate the time for producing red, because right now it's going to take like 2 days to get red, and that's going to be a pain. Over here, machine gun turrets recharge 10% faster. We'll take that. Let's get some solid digging going. Might be time for us to grab another carrier too as well. Might be helpful. Not a lot of red on this floor. That might be our last red that we get to play with. You guys just kind of go down like that right there. We can ignore most of this other stuff. Prioritize bringing back both of those reds. Do dwarves have a chance to get a double drop off of their ores? Because 2 reds just dropped out of that one node. Interesting. Okay. You guys blow that up for sure. And then grab that if you can. Dwarves, come over here, blow that up so that my gatherers don't get blown up coming down here. And we're just going to tell them to grab everything from that nook right there. I'm also going to send out the drones to help out with it, because this should be the day that we can bounce back a little bit. We also don't yet have enough to dive. Where's that last coal at? Is it over here? Go that way. We need to find... I didn't realize that we didn't have all of our coal filled out yet. Digging upwards, always a big risk in this game. Be careful about it. Sometimes digging upwards can be very, very risky. Everybody out. Don't get eaten. And then we've got room for 2 more turrets over here. Give me an automatic and a matic. Those are upgraded, and they do, like, way more damage, so we might as well take them if they're rocking with a 20% damage increase. Looks like they're keeping the right side cleared out a little bit better as the alien bugs dive deep down in. Go ahead and prioritize him, please. Yeah, it looks like we're holding this time around. I could be wrong. Prioritize him, please. Unfortunately, he's being blocked by the big boog. Get that one right there. I feel like we're looking vaguely okay. I'm feeling confident about our ability to survive. Okay, daytime's on us. Yeah, definitely dig this way. We need to find that last coal, and until we find it, we've got serious problems on our hands. Prioritize that block. We just lost a soldier. We lost 2 soldiers, so I'm going to have to pay for that. Unfortunate. I don't think we have any soldiers right now. Yeah, so let's get another soldier in queue real quick. Go downwards right here. Prioritize that block so that we kill him. And you guys need to dig a third. There it is. I knew we'd find it. So there's the last coal right there. Send out the drones, because I plan on leaving tonight. This entire mine shaft has gotten a little bit suboptimal. Knock a hole in right there while you're in the area. There might be some more stuff down here, but like, who cares? I don't want any of this, so I'm just going to take whatever. Doesn't matter. I really, really legitimately don't care what we have right here. I would definitely agree. Let's blow this place wide open. Give me 2 more warriors, too, because the enemies are getting a little bit stiffer in their resistance. Grab those. Send out the drones to help out, because I don't want to leave anything behind if I can manage it. I don't know if I want to stay for 1 day to get all this iron, or what I want to do. There we go. Everybody out. Is it worth it for 5 or 6 iron? It's like 8 iron and a coal. I think we're going to have to stay today. I think we're going to have to stay. I don't want to, but I think we're going to have to. I would rather be down at a deeper depth so that I would have more access to turrets. Kill that. Thank you. Appreciate you, machine gun turret. Kill that. That thing right there, it puts off a freezy AoE that freezes your turrets if you don't deal with it. And so, me preferring not to have to deal with frozen base implements, I would rather, yeah, see, it froze that one right there. That's bad because we're taking fire at the moment. Are you guys just not killing that thing right there? I keep seeing it shooting projectiles at me. Very, very offended by it. Would rather not have it shooting projectiles at me. I guess we'll dive tonight. I don't know. This next wave's probably going to be rough, but that's the way life goes. If there's anything left to mine, I guess mine it. But I need drones and I need gatherers to be on their A game for right now. That's pretty much where we're at. If you guys can mine up through here, that'd be good. Perfect. Yeah, exactly. I just needed to have like another thoroughfare for me to get out of here. Let's make it so that our workers have 15% more health. I like that idea. We need more miners down here right now. More miners stat. Oh, dude, they're breaking out too fast because the mine, it takes too long to deploy. It's kind of unfortunate. Cancel that right there and go in from that angle. We've got a nice little batch of resources right now. Did I lose a miner? I don't think I lost a miner, but like over here. Let's get a rocket launcher active ability, I guess. That way I've got 2 abilities. I haven't been shooting upwards at all this entire time, and I probably should have. Drones, go grab the rest of it before the day ends, and then we'll just call it right there. There's no turrets left to build or anything, so like, that's life. On the plus side, we got like 100% completion on this layer, so that feels pretty good. But as it stands right now, I do find the dwarves to be a little bit clunkier to play than the humans. Like, it takes a little bit more micro to get the dwarves to do them what you want them to do. Fire a barrage just right up that way. Kill that. Fire missiles over there. That guy's dead. Machine gun turret is back up. Let's find a nice target-rich environment. Get that guy. Get him with rockets. Perfect. Oh, I get more rockets. I didn't realize I had multi-fire. Okay, I can live with that. Kill them off. Rockets are reloading right now, so we don't have any active abilities to play with. There we go. Bomb that out. Good stuff. Fire up that way. That helped out a little bit. I definitely like the inclusion of active abilities. It's one of those things, oh, there's no terrabores in the mine tonight. Well, that's a bummer, because we already mined this one out. Usually hope that you get that mod when you've got a fresh map. Womp womp. Just dig downwards. Oh no, I missed my cue. Alright, so we just gotta wait. It's gonna be another day of just sitting around, unfortunately. But what I can do is, I can build. Let's get another ore extractor, I guess. That sounds all right. Fire some missiles at stuff. Get those cooldowns humming. I don't think we have much to fear from tonight. Fire up that way. Fire some more rockets. Nice little AoE right there. Worked out pretty well for us. Machine guns aren't really working because they're frozen. Fire right up Main Street. Bomb them out. Good stuff. All right, we're looking solid right now. I think we have enough withering fire that we can make this thing happen. Get that little sniper up there, though. He's causing extra damage that I'd rather not deal with. Perfecto. Perfectenschlag. All right, that's what I like to see. Down we go. Oh, the Ice Warden is coming today. We've got to fight a boss. Well, this might be the end of us. We're going to need a lot more defenses if we're going to fight a boss. You guys start digging. Hopefully we've got an easy mine shaft this time around. What upgrades can I afford? Make my warriors hit harder. And then how much is give me another laboratory. That way I can get tier 2 upgrades here. And then hopefully we mine out enough today that we end up with some goodies. We need iron for right now for turrets. Cancel that. Like I said, dwarves a lot more micromanagey than the humans. The humans, you can kind of just draw paths down here and like they'll get to it. With the dwarves, you kind of got to watch what they're doing because sometimes they'll stay and like keep bombing out a square that has nothing adjacent to it. The game should have a a rocket watchtower. That's helpful. I'll take that. The game should have, what it should have is if it detects there's no blocks around that are damageable, it should just cancel the order and keep them going downwards. That's what I would prefer anyways. You guys aren't doing jack. You better get over there and start working. We got lots of coal. Not a lot of iron so far. Prioritize killing that block off right there. Thank you. Appreciate you. We will also get a... I don't have any energy turrets, so that's not going to help me. Active daytime ability, uncover the fog of war. I don't care. Take the time warper. It doesn't matter. If... Uh-oh. We got one hatched right there.
Explosives going down. We'll see what's underneath soon.
We've got 8 iron. We might be okay. We might be in an okay situation right now. I'm a little bit worried about this boss fight, but we'll see how it goes. We've only got to survive like a little while longer. We don't need to stay in it to win it for that long. Oh, he's here. Okay, well, here comes the Ice Warden. Every single level has its own specific boss, in case you were wondering. You do need to worry about that. They are a massive headache and generally difficult to deal with. Let's do... Oh, I've got 4 turrets on the left up here, huh? Okay. Give me some more machine guns, I guess. I have the maximum amount of machine guns. Unfortunate. I don't really have a great place. I need 6 for the watchtower. Okay, I can live with it. This guy right here, start mag dumping him right now. Yeah, we want him to take as much damage as humanly possible on his way up here. We don't have a lot of turrets at the top of the shaft, unfortunately. I can't afford to put anything in other than like a weakening turret, maybe. Weakening turret might help. That little bomb right there, I don't want to spoiler, but you don't want it to hit your base. It hitting your base is a bad thing. Let's keep the machine guns firing upwards. We'll blow up everything we possibly can there. We should start putting up a stiffer resistance once they get to our actual defense grid. And so for right now, I don't have a northern defense grid, so we're in a little bit of trouble, but not a lot. Keep firing upwards. I mean, he's lost a couple bars of health. It's not going to be enough to save us for right now, but he's lost a little bit. Just keep shooting, boys. Just keep shooting. Yep, you can put it on speedy mode. I don't mind. Once he gets to this layer, we should see an improvement in the amount of damage that we're dealing, I think. Well, it's not going to matter if he keeps freezing turrets, but, like, might be a little ugly. Oh, he caught that one full blast. That was a whole bar right there that we got off on him. Next, we need to get, like, a layer of watchtowers just to sort of add chaos to the spread over here. I think we've got him. I think we're in good shape. He's not there yet, and we're still going to get 2 or 3 more shots before he is, so I think it'll be all right. Come on, Terrabor, or Ice Warden, die for me. There we go. Warden's down. Blow his brains open. Very, very nice animation fidelity in this game. You can tell it's one of those titles that they've put a lot of work into making it visually appealing. I think that's really what makes this game kind of stand out. Why is it saying there's a Terrabor? Is that a bug, or is there actually a Terrabor today? I don't know. I am concerned. Very, very concerned as of right now. Prioritize that block. Unless you like being dead anyways, you should prioritize that block. Did we just lose a dwarf? There was an ice flow that fell. I seen it. I don't think we lost a dwarf. Send in the drones. I think...
I paid per mineral, but I enjoy every explosion.
I don't see anything out that way, so I think we're in okay shape there. I hate digging upwards, but go ahead and dig upwards. Digging upwards, always just a really, really risky idea. If you can prioritize that, I suggest you prioritize that. He's gonna hatch, I think. Yep, he hatched. Big hatchy boy energy right there. All right, well, let's cut it off to the left. But this is Drill Core. I think the addition of the dwarves is great. I think they are significantly clunkier than playing the humans. I find myself preferring to play humans most of the time, just because humans are a lot more no muss, no fuss. These guys can be really strong. I'm not saying they're underpowered, but I'm saying they have a very, very fiddly, sort of micromanaging gameplay style that you need to get used to. Otherwise, they are not going to be fun, basically. I like the dwarves. I think they're a good addition. I think they're enjoyable in their own way. But I do think they still feel clunky compared to other forces you can play as, basically. I'm going to put in a watchtower right there just so we have a little bit of extra firepower. And my name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile. Actually, I need to show you guys metagame progression, don't I? You guys, for people that haven't seen the game before, those of you that have already seen the game probably already know what the metagame progression looks like. But those of you that have not probably want to see that, right? Okay, let's go back to metagame progression then, and we'll take a look at it. So they have added new things there. Abort the mission. So new things that they've added since the last time we played the game. So since the last time we played, you were always able to level up your division, but now there's also departments inside your corporation. Each of these departments specializes in something different. Like some of them are like time manipulation, some of them are giving you a bunch of money, some of them add new weapons and things like that to the overall, I guess, deck of things that can come up on each of your playthroughs. There's loads of them, so another way for you to progress your game. They only progress if you select them before you go into the mission, though. And then from there, there's also upgrades. These upgrades over here while you're trying to mine out metagame currency while you're playing the game. This one, for example, right here, lets me get an extra turret slot every single time I increase the depth of my mine. Very, very helpful stuff. And then from there, there's all kinds of other things like starting out with more resources. There's elite workers. There's all kinds of things you can unlock inside of here. On top of that, I believe that each of your factions also levels up on this side. And as they level up, they're going to get access to more of these starting slots and things that they can put in around. You can spend resources upgrading your platform too, so that you get more free buildings at the beginning of the game, more free workers at the beginning of the game. Maybe it'll make it so that you have a lot more worker population during the course of the game, that kind of stuff. And so you upgrade your platform, you upgrade your departments, and you upgrade your overall corporate division. And so there's a lot of things for you to grind and play around with, and I do think that the game is pretty highly addictive. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were playing around with a title called Drill Core. Tomorrow we'll be playing around with something else. This game, by the way, will be out in 1.0 next month, so they are approaching the terminus of their early access adventure. Another one graduates without falling apart and becoming abandoned. You love to see it. Bye, folks.